Hey guys, I am Judith and you're welcome to my channel. Go ahead, grab your makeup and let's create this look. I started off with the Mismetic Rose Water Toner to tone her face. You all know that skin prep is very important. So I went ahead, after that I went ahead to do her brows first. In this video I did her brows first. I used the Becca primer to prime her brow area because some pencils can get oily. And after that I went ahead with my Pond's Oil Control Primer to prime it as well because I just want the brow area to be really matte. I have a detailed brow tutorial video on this channel. I'm just going to leave the link in the description box so you want to go catch up with that video. It's really detailed and you don't want to miss it. If you're having issues drawing your brows, you really need that video. That video is definitely for you, so make sure to catch up with that video. It's really detailed and will be really helpful to you. Done with her brows, now it's time for skin work. I went into her skin with the Omari Code Be Serum to hydrate her skin and add moisture to her skin. This serum is going to leave her skin really hydrated. And I went into her skin with a Mismetic Moisture Bomb to moisturize her skin. This is an oil-based moisturizer. She has a dry skin, so I opted for an oil-based moisturizer. I just massaged that into her skin with my hand. Next, I went into her skin with the Rimmel London Stay Matte. Yeah, I mentioned earlier she has a dry skin. I was not supposed to use a mattifying primer on her skin, but I don't consider Rimmel London a mattifying primer because it still leaves that moisturizing feel. I applied that on her T-zone and took the excesses to the other part of her face. I dabbed that in with a brush. I didn't drag the primer. Then I went ahead with the Nuban Beauty On The Glow Liquid Illuminator to add more shine to her face. This will give me a natural glow through the foundation. Then I went into her skin with the foundation. I mixed these two foundations, the Melanin foundation in number 11 and the Maybelline Fits Me in 312. Then I went ahead with my Nuban Beauty setting spray to set all over her face. This will give me an easy blend and a natural finish when I'm done blending. It just helps the foundation to sit properly into the skin. When you use a setting mist to set your foundation before blending, it just gives you an easy blend and a skin-like finish. I take my time to blend my foundation because I don't like seeing any harsh line. It's not my style. My style is a skin-like finish and a well-blended, flawless glam. So I went ahead with a small brush to blend the brow area because my beauty blender can't get there. Yes, it can get there, but it's going to touch my brows. So I just use a small brush to, just take my foundation there and make sure it's well blended. While we are at this, please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. If you're not part of this family, you are wrong. Please subscribe to my channel and be part of my family. Then I went into her skin with a liquid blush. This is from my iMagic lip palette, like my favorite one. If you have been following this channel, you know there is no makeup I do without this palette. Like, it's really a multi-purpose palette, so I use the pink from the palette to use as my liquid blush because it just works perfectly well for me. Then I went ahead to contour her skin. I used the stick foundation, the Black Opal stick foundation in Beautiful Bronze to contour her skin. Sorry I didn't show that in this video. I'm using a tiny brush on the hairline because I don't want to take foundation on the lids. Next, I highlight her face using my Nuban Beauty concealer. I apply that first with a brush. Let it get tacky a little bit before blending with my beauty sponge. But for my Nuban Beauty concealer, I don't leave it as much as I leave my LA Girl concealer because it dries out faster than the LA Girl concealer. If you leave it too long, it just dries out and it will be very difficult to blend. So I went ahead to contour her nose with this small blending brush. I just apply little quantities there from the beginning part of her nose and take it down to the other part of her nose. I didn't use the same shade I used to contour her face on her nose because I don't want her nose looking dark, sorry. Then I went ahead to blend my concealer with my beauty sponge. After blending my concealer, it took a little part of my blush, so I just went ahead to add little blush on her face so her face won't look pale after the makeup. Then I went ahead to set her under eyes. I used my Nuban Beauty setting powder in Alabaster. It's actually a translucent powder. I use it in, this shade is in Alabaster, and I applied that with my beauty sponge. Just dab that into her skin and just set it. I don't like baking, so I just set and press it into her skin. After setting the concealer, I went ahead to intensify her contour using this Melanin Compact Powder in Deep to intensify her contour. I like the shade of this powder. I like the undertone. It just suits her skin tone. I just need to bronze up her face. And I went ahead to set her brow bone area with this La Vida Amanda powder palette, and also every part of her face. I just set every part of her face with her shade from this powder palette. Now it's time to do the eyes. Because I'm going for a smoky eyes, I'll need a dark base using my Beyond Beauty gel liner as my eyeshadow base. I just make sure I blended that out properly. Then I went ahead with an orange shade from my Inglot palette. I don't usually show the eyeshadow palette I use for my videos because you can use any palette you have. You don't necessarily need to get the exact same palette I have. So any palette you have can work, and you can do whatever shade you like from your palette. So just know the basics and just do whatever you want to do. So here I'm going for a green smoky eye, so I need a dark base. I went ahead to transition with orange, place the very dark shade on her eyelid. This is not like black, but it's close to black. It's a very dark shade of brown. So because I have a dark base, it looks like black. So I went ahead to just blend that into her skin and smudge under her eyes with the same shade. It's looking like black because I want it to be dark, not very black. You get what I mean? So I just blended that out properly. I went ahead with a brown from the palette to transition under, so it just looks even. Then I went ahead with my pigment glue. This pigment glue is from Elf Cosmetic, I think. I allowed that get tacky on the back of my palm, then place it on her eyelid. Then I went ahead to place this pigment on it. This is my Inglot pigment. I can't remember the number. I've had this pigment for a while. I place it on her eyelid, then darken the outer corner of her eyes. Now I'm lining her eyes with the same gel liner I use as her eyeshadow base. This is from Beyond Beauty. Now to add volume to her lashes before placing the false lashes, I went ahead with my Wink Beauty mascara, volume mascara. Now I'm using the lashes. This is from Wink Beauty as well. I really love their lashes. It just gives me that perfect lashes. You get what I mean? So I just apply that with my tweezers. So blending under her eyes. When you're doing that, you want to be really light-handed. Just take out the excesses from the setting powder and any fallout you might have from the pigment. So when we're going ahead with my Nuban Beauty setting spray to set all over her face, I cover the hairline because I don't want my setting spray to touch the hairline. So I let it dry almost completely. Then I went ahead with my beauty sponge to just blend that and seal that into her skin. Now to highlight her face with a highlighter, I went ahead with my Tequila Beauty highlighter palette to highlight her face. You can use any shade that matches your model skin tone. so I just used it to highlight her face, and I went ahead with this cheek glaze from TM Essential to add more highlights to her face and give it like a dewy finish. So now for her lip, I always do the same kind of lip. I do the nude lip, the brown liner, and the nude inside. I just don't always know what to do on the lip, or maybe let me say I just love this lip combo so much and it just works better for me. But this time around I switched it up a bit. After doing the nude inside, I just applied concealer on her lip just to tone it down and just make it look like skin. You get what I mean? I've said this like 4 times in this video. So I went ahead to use my mascara under her eyes to add volume on her lower lashes. So guys, this is the finished look. Tell me you love it, because I absolutely love this look. It's so beautiful. Skin like finished, flawless glam, well blended glam, the model, the hair, the makeup, everything about this look is given. Please give this video a very big thumbs up if you like it as much as I do. I bet you do. Subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. Be part of my family. Turn on the post notifications so you'll be the first to be notified when I post new videos. Share this video with anyone who you think might find this video helpful, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.